if you're on a plane, 300 or 400 people, you're not sure who's on that plane. And nowadays, people don't always tell the truth where they came from. So anyway, that's why I said we hope that we are praying that becomes under control. Politically speaking, on Monday we talked a little bit about the our caucuses they had there. They still don't have the legitimate winner yet.
Count, right?
Okay, and they're saying they're going to give you a count to make sure that you stop talking about them.
Oh.
Okay, but I think I told you guys earlier. I think there's a cyber attack of some sort, and especially when how they did the backup and stuff, and which to me didn't make good sense because we're already talking about right now. Go to paper ballots and go to something that you can trace. But anyway, in that, okay, right now we had two people calling themselves winners and not winners. You got Pete Buttigieg, how you pronounce that? Huh? Buttigieg and Mayor, I should say, and Senator Bernie Sanders. Okay, they both saying okay. Then we got this and third, Elizabeth Warren. Then Joe Biden's in fourth, and also not in the crowd is a guy by the name of Michael Bloomberg.
Michael Bloomberg.
Now, to me, you have to look at the fact that he's the person, okay, that will give the President Donald Trump the most headaches. You say, why that, Ira? He has unlimited amounts of money that he can bring to the table. He's already spent $10 million on a Super Bowl ad. Now that's $10 million. He's already dropped over $3 million already, and he's just getting started. And he also said, if he doesn't get the nomination, okay, he's still going to continue to spend millions of dollars on his campaign for whatever Democrats can come up with. And also, just keep track of things right now. We have the New England, Massachusetts, New Hampshire primary is coming Tuesday, and also here in Missouri, okay, we have a primary taking place also. And this coming Wednesday is the deadline. If you're a Missouri voter, you listen to our voices now. You gotta register to vote by Wednesday to vote on March the 10th primary that we have here in Missouri. And also on Tuesday, Donald Trump gave his third State of Union address to the nation, and he started by this was kind of this was petty. He started off by not shaking hands with Nancy Pelosi. Then and that he was all stars what he's done in office and stuff, which he's entitled to. Some stuff is facts, some stuff was not true. And also Nancy Pelosi tore up his speech at the end of the thing, which again was petty. Which again was these kids here, this is kind of petty stuff. You know what I mean? No, this is petty stuff. This is petty stuff. And also on Wednesday, the United States Senate voted to acquit President Trump on Article 1, 52 to 48, on Article 2, 53 to 47, and on the first Article 1, Mitch Romney broke with the rank on that and voted, to impeach, and now he's about to catch a lot of hell from the president. And then on Friday, on Friday, President Trump fired two major impeachment witnesses, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Weidman. Matter of fact, not only did they get rid of him, I should say, also his brother also, and then also U.S. Ambassador to the United European Union, Gordon Solomon, who was somebody he appointed. And also, we talked a little bit about the situation with the Kobe Bryant. The latest update right now we have is which you said is from the start, that I think it was a pilot error, and so now we already know that the engine was not the cause of the problem. The engine was in good shape, from all the indications, but the problem they had right now is going to be pilot error, but they're going to find that out for sure. And also we talked a little bit about CBS and Gayle King, and how she's getting death threats, how she's getting, getting security now on some things that took place, and we kind of talked about it with Chuck, how that's a bad situation, that CBS was trying to take advantage of a when people are dead, when they're dying, let them grieve. I don't care who you are, we know how to get involved with that. So anyway, we won't say no more about that. And also on the 24th of this month, excuse me, They will be having a memorial for Kobe and out at the, I think the Staples Center is still the name of the place out there in California, LA. And also, this is something that's very, very noticeable, but people don't talk about it a lot. Climate change. Right now, all of our coasters, California, Gulf Coast, East Coast, is being washed away, bit by bit. Like in New Orleans, we're sinking further down into the ocean. And that's all climate control, so we got to understand. Right. We don't understand it, but it's very detrimental to what we got going on here. And also, with some good news, good news from the.
Grab your water.
No, thank you. Good news from the coronavirus. This past Friday, there were 2 people from Chicago, a couple that had been quarantined, and they were released. After 14 days, that's some good news.
That's great news.
Great news, and also in Detroit. No, I said next to L.A. in California, the utilities are continuing to shut off power. They are doing this for 2 reasons: to avoid widespread blackouts. Now, blackouts are caused when you use too much, you use too much electricity.
Right, power
energy.
The
power energy, you got too much, and then that causes an outage.
Right.
And then that creates another situation. And so now that's one reason. And the other reason they're going to do it is to stop the deadly wildfires. Because it's still dry there, and when you have pops and stuff on those lines, it causes fires. Now, here and also I was going to talk about a little bit about in Detroit, these major car factories. This past year, Ford came out with a new these big trucks, SM, Explorer and SUV. You notice everybody else was going small and they were going big.
Wow.
Well, guess what? The man behind that has lost his job.
Wow.
So they get a new CEO.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. But come March the 1st, we the new man in place. But here in Missouri, good news, crazy news. This Hyperloop we talking about, Hyperloop, what's that? There's a tube they're trying to put in place that bring me from Kansas City, Missouri to Chicago, to Kansas City to Chicago, and Kansas City to St. Louis in 30 minutes, or vice versa.
Wow.
Now, this is new technology. This is the high-speed rail inside of a tube. And then it will stop off in Columbia, Missouri, which is halfway to the state. Well, it may sound crazy, but guess what? It's moving forward. And just this past week, the state of Missouri appropriated, some rights. And one of the things they're debating right now that they cannot take any land for eminent domain.
Okay, yeah, they shouldn't.
Eminent domain, as you know, Brian, they're taking people's land.
I think we need that.
Yeah, and they got it. Okay, so right now, and plus this is a private project also.
Right.
So this is people didn't be funded by some private people, and I think it's a good idea to do it. Okay, but with private dollars. And speaking of private dollars, here in St. Louis, our new soccer stadium is being financed by private dollars. And I tell anybody anywhere in the world, you get an Enterprise car, we said thank you. Because the Enterprise family is the one behind.
Enterprise right in St. Louis, Missouri, St. Louis,
in those base here. And they're actually financing the stadium that we getting built here, soccer stadium. I mean, that's get private money, you're right, Enterprise.
Wow, that's good to know.
And these are private dollars. And also, we say this every Saturday, and it's getting old, but it's a fact. In St. Louis City, in St. Louis County, we continue to pray that these carjacking and murders will cease. Please.
Correct. And
now, without any further ado, we got Mr. Brian Young, a member of the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce. He's
exciting to be here.
One of our new members of the family.
Yes.
And already we got a video out that's been well viewed and well complimented on our project we did in Kansas City last year.
Correct.
With everything underground, in the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce, and also with the Negro
League Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame in Kansas City. We had the Trailblazer Awards. We did those there, and I will say this year we are planning for I won't say next year. This August. We're doing it again. But this year we're gonna have it on both sides of the street. But I mean, we have it in the museum there, And then across the street is the GM Theater, which is right across the street, which seats 500. And they have a beautiful stage for the for the awardees to walk across the stage, get their trophies, and the trophies are beautiful.
And if folks don't
but give me your thoughts about
about the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce from a small business perspective is an integral part of my success. If you make less than $2 million, if your business makes less than $2 million, you're considered a small business. The good thing is I won't be considered a small business for long.
That's good.
And networking with the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce. So we were at the Worldwide Technology hosted the St. Louis Biz Dash. The STL Biz Dash. And,
happy hour.
Happy hour, correct. At the time, the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce was hanging out with Justine Peterson, who was another great find that is in the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce's chat. But it highlights this real people, just like the Trailblazer Awards do, that do outstanding things. There's a young lady. She has a doctor's office. She has a nursing school. There's, of course, I don't want to say of course, your barbershops and your restaurants. Mm-hmm. There are so many businesses, and the biggest thing I tell people is do what you know how to do. Mm-hmm. That's what your business is. If you know how to cook, that's your business. If you know how to do hard, if you're a strong guy, you know how to move, guess what? That's your business. Mm-hmm. If you're a lady and you're good with kids, guess what? That's your business. Mm-hmm. If you're a reverend, that's your business. I'm not saying that should be. My pastor said that you should have a job and a legitimate hustle.
Yeah. Well, see, something, Brian. One of the things, I'm from the South.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the South, a hustle is a proud thing to do. It's a proud profession, because in biblical days, all right. He was a man who put food on his table, fed his family. Like I think it's in Proverbs 31, they talk about the beautiful woman, wife, or who she is, but they talk about her husband being in the marketplace and how proud she is of him. That meaning in the marketplace, that you're feeding your family, you're creating some way to feed your family.
Correct.
And that normally comes from hustling.
I was reading. The internet is great. So an entrepreneur sees the opportunity and the ability to seize it. So meaning, if you see, it's a lot of people around who got tall grass. If I had a lawnmower, I could cut that grass and make some money.
So on that same note, we got one of our members. We're working on this now.
Sure.
He has some goats.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Okay, so. And we kind of tried a little bit of last year. I think Scott, we don't have. We just got Scott don't have conversation in the office, but the goats.
Let them goats go eat the grass.
I contacted him once.
Contact. About what I'm saying. It to me, a businessman is filling a void for a need.
Correct.
And that's why what the chamber does, and what I do in my business is, I see there's a need. I want to create an answer for that need.
Correct. I want to create an answer.
And that's when you can become successful.
And just to let everybody know, my name is Brian Young. Mm-hmm. I'm an independent filmmaker. I've been an independent filmmaker since 2002. It's 2020 now.
Let me ask you a question, Brian. What made you want to do that? I've been in sales my whole life. Well, I was in the Navy. After since I've been out of the Navy, I've been in sales. Mm-hmm. Sales is the crazy thing about sales is you have a good salesman, and then there's always a story about a bad salesman. So it really. But normally it's the used car salesman. It's the best salesman. That's what they say.
And we're talking about anything. If what you want to do is get over on somebody, I just want the money, and that's the good thing about Russell Simmons. I love Russell Simmons. I love Russell Simmons because he said you always need to put forth an excellent service product before you even think about the money. Right. You can't even ask for the money. And I hate to use a woman for an example, but let's just say, you need to let a woman know more about you before you just ask her for a kiss. You can't just walk up to somebody and just.
Let's take back to what Simmons said there. One of the things. Okay, so many times, I have listened to people and been in conversations where people were starting a business they want to count the money before they. You know I'm coming from.
Yeah,
on
and that's the bad thing about the world. Is we do have to watch out. We gotta watch out that we don't get hurt. You know, I'm about to give you my money, and the service that I really want, you're not actually gonna be able to give to me. So, you know, a person has to do their due diligence. You know, for me, you know, I've filmed television shows. A lot of people in St. Louis, they probably have seen a TV show that I helped produce called Them Yo People. I know it's a crazy sound, but Them Yo People.
But it's successful.
It is very successful. It comes on ABC 30 every Sunday at midnight. It's been on for about 5 years now. And you know, it's great. You know, I got a great opportunity.
Let's talk about the show.
Well, so there's two big things. You know, February 17th is President's Day. One thing I love to people to go to my website. Please listen to this, and if you could, please, sir, please put up the graphic for us. www.gatewaytochange.stl.com. Now that's a lot I just said.
But say it, you gotta say it 3
Gateway
times.
GATEWAY 2change.com. Gateway 2change.stl.com. So what that is, I had an opportunity to film Barack Obama in 2008, 17 days before he became president, down at the St. Louis Gateway Arch in front of over 100,000 people.
I was in the crowd. Matter of fact, it was one of those days, you know, I can tell anybody. It was
Oh, my goodness.
It was a hot day, but nobody cared about the
No.
hot. And also, you
Oh, my
had,
goodness.
the other part about it, okay, you had to go through a long line to get approved, you know, to go
Just
through,
to even get in there.
to get in there.
Right.
But the whole thing, Brian, you know, that I don't know if you showed it in the video, was nobody complained
No,
about standing in line for hours.
not at all.
And the line got longer and longer, but no one complained.
And that's it's a blessing I was able to document that day. I actually received a proclamation from the city of St. Louis. Shout out to Mayor Francis Slay.
My guy.
So yeah, he's my guy. Everybody's like, oh my goodness, he let the Rams leave town. Like he had something to do with the Rams leaving town.
Wait a
Come on, guys.
minute. Okay, I will say, his chief of staff, a guy named Jeff Rainford, and I know Jeff well too.
You know Jeff?
I know Jeff before Jeff started working before he was working for Francis.
Right.
We go back, and the way Jeff talked to Cronky at that time, when they were asking only for $160,000 to put a small addition onto the stadium, they would have stayed. But Jeff's attitude in talking to people, Jeff wasn't. He didn't talk to people the best all the time.
Oh,
And
that's never good to hear.
well, I mean, I know Jeff. I mean, you know, people. Well, Jeff thought he was like the doorkeeper, and he would have been a bulldog and all that stuff. But sometimes you gotta know when to bite and when not to bite.
And that in business, you are absolutely correct. You know, you know, I remember somebody said that there's rappers, of course. And so another thing, please everybody go to. So my YouTube page, I'm not Superman, I'm STL Man. So if you just look up STL MAN 365, so if you just type that in on the internet, folks.
Then gotta do it 2 more times.
STL MAN 365. And I think you might have that graphic. Yep.
Okay.
Our graphic is up. STL MAN 365. So that's my YouTube channel. Like I said, so I've been back. I came back to St. Louis in 2005. I started my business in Florida, in Tallahassee, Florida, in 2002. And you know, I lost all my money.
Well, that's not the first people, businessman that y'all got a story to tell.
I lost all my money, and it's because I did not have release forms for Ludacris, Little John. I did a lot of filming of recording artists, you know what I mean? And I still do. I just got to get the release forms. And what?
No, wait a minute. Okay, people, what is a release form?
A release form gives you permission to display a person's image, a person's music. You know, it pretty much says that it's not mine, but you're giving me permission to use it.
Okay.
You know, and the fallacy, you know.
You know something, Brian? You just brought up a good point, okay? People listen to us, okay? When something goes wrong and you're on the scene of an accident, think before you speak on TV and say some things that you may not want to say. And you say, I shouldn't have said that. You know, they should get a release form from you because, again, you will be portrayed in a light that may not be the best. Am I right, Brian?
Well, okay, so let's talk about that. So the biggest thing about Brian K. Young, independent filmmaker, is I will always present a person in positive light. I don't do the throwing dirt on
I
people.
got you.
I don't do that. You know, I'm not a rich man, but I'm blessed. You know what I mean?
Same here.
Meaning, so what losing all my money did is show me how to make money as a professional photographer and videographer. Meaning, weddings, events for small businesses. Events, commercials for small businesses. Those are the three biggest things that actually keep me going. You know, like somebody else actually gonna give me money. You know what I mean? I've shot Rick Ross. I've shot Yo Gotti. I've shot Nelly. I've shot all the. You know, I've shot President Obama, but President Obama didn't pay me for it. You know, these are things that you do to boost up your portfolio, to show people that you can do work. You know, and again, bumping into a guy like Ira Folks, who owns the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce, and what he's doing to grow his business as well as helping grow other businesses. And I use my skills as a video producer to be able to display. So what I'm going to be doing, and I want everybody out here from Japan to LA to listen to this. So, and I was talking to a guy today. So what I'm going to be doing, and to make everybody understand, very short versions of Sweetie Pies. I know the folks from Sweetie Pies. I was like hurt when they got the contract with another video producer. But what we're going to be looking to do during Black History Month and beyond is highlight businesses. You know, highlight businesses. The number one way in the United States to become a millionaire is to be born into it. The second way is owning your own business. The second way to be financially independent, to have all your dreams come true, is to be able to figure out how to do something that your community needs. A cook, a cleaner, a security guy, a camera guy, a mechanic. I fix houses. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. Whatever.
You feel the need.
You're feeling the need. You are feeling the need. And that's the thing.
Well, and I would tell people, as long as you feel the need, it's an honorable profession.
It really is. I was in the Navy. You know, they made me do everything in the Navy. I was a cook. I was the guy who took out the trash. I was a security guy. I was the driver.
Or buffer.
Or a floor buffer, you know. And so my title was a hospital corpsman. I was an EMT / LPN when I was in the military. And that's pretty much...
No, Red was EMT too.
Red was EMT too?
No, he ran in the service as well as for City of St. Louis. He drove for 33 years.
And it's funny how being a corpsman in the medical... Everybody's situation is different. And that's how it is in the medical profession. Everybody says, you know, this person has a headache. This person's foot hurts. This person's stomach hurts. So I have to take the time to listen to this person and understand their problem and say, you know what, God has blessed me to put this person in front of me for me to help. And that's what a person had. And one more thing, because our guy Chuck was talking about Kobe Bryant. I saw this Kobe Bryant interview that just like oh my goodness. And so Kobe was like, everybody on Earth's job is to like push the other person, is to help the other person. And I don't know if anybody ever saw that, like it was like a cartoon where like it's a spoon. Like you can't feed your own self, but you have to feed somebody else in order to get fed. You know what I mean? And it's so much going on out here. I just want everybody to love each other. You know, thank God for Ferguson Hot Talk Radio, Scott, Ira Folks. You know, St. Mark, Greater St. Mark's Church. The First Lady came down and spoke about all the things. No,
that's not true.
Her
mother's the First Lady.
That was the daughter.
Yeah, that's
that was the daughter. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, First Lady. But no, man, it's you know, just to give myself a. So the DVD one more time, Gateway to Change STL.com. So that's Gate GATE Way WAY 2TO Change CHANGE STL.com. That is being used as a fundraiser for a television show that I'm producing called Another Perspective. It's online right now, but we're working to get it on television. So anybody who, please go online and buy a DVD. We love you too. That actually goes to help us with programming.
Now also, I will be remiss, Brian didn't come by himself. There's a gentleman right now on the camera.
This is my oldest male cousin Chester.
Okay,
That's
that-
on the camera.
that's
You know what I
Chester.
mean?
Chester.
This guy.
Okay, there's Chester on the
When
camera.
I was a kid, I was scared of the Elephant Man, and my cousin had just came back from the army.
Okay.
You know, and it just so happened we were sleeping in the same bed. You know what I mean? So
And that's
I'm like,
that's Chester.
so,
Scott.
so I'm like,
That's- that's
I'm like,
Chester.
I woke up, I was like, man, I'm scared of the Elephant Man. My cousin Slab was like, Bam, man, be quiet. Ain't no elephant. Man, Elephant Man ain't even real.
Okay, now also there's one other gentleman that's outside.
Oh, now the gentleman outside, Kenny Mullison, he's been around forever. You know, my that's my video. So
He's your publicist.
that is my publicist. That's my developer. That's development right there.
Okay.
He was a union organizer, and he's big into politics. You know
Some
what
of
I
you
mean?
organized. That's man of my heart.
A man of my heart, man. So one more time, STLMAN 365, folks. Search it online.
FergusonUSAHotTalkRadio.com. My name is Ira, folks, and we had lunch with the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce, and we had a mouthful today.
Amen.
On that note, Brother Scott, thank you again for being our engineer and
Yes,
general
Scott,
manager.
thanks.
And we always said life is good.
Life is good. Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
You got it, Scott?
Fantastic.
Yep.